Game start. High score. Mission complete. Victory.
What's up, everybody? It's Doc Fortune. We're back playing some more Risk of Rain. Around lunchtime on a Friday if you're on the East Coast. So we're just going to look. We've got some objectives that tell you how we play the game. We shoot people in the face, pick up Christmas presents, try to stay alive. That's how you save Christmas. You can also look at our challenges. We're going to try to do 3 combat shrines in one stage if we can find them. They don't always spawn 3 in one stage. We're going to try to defeat an elite boss. There's a challenge for that. I don't know what that means exactly. It seems like we've beaten a bunch of elite bosses already, so maybe we've gotten it. We'll try to do 2 mountain shrines in one stage. If we happen to get in a good place where we can loop, we'll just do 20 stages in one run by repeating the levels. And otherwise we're just going to play it by ear as we see it. We'll do single player. Make sure our difficulty is at Monsoon, which is the hardest level. It actually gets harder than this in Eclipse, but because there's a bunch of extra modifiers to how you regenerate health and how the monsters act. But for the base game, Monsoon's the highest difficulty, so we're just going to play it on that. The only reason I'm not doing Eclipse is because I think it interferes with some of the events you can do or some of the things that you can unlock. One of the things we want to try to unlock is the Mercenary. You do this by obliterating yourself at the obelisk at the end of time, which happens after you loop the game, I think at least once. And then we have to get Rex as well. Rex is a little bit harder to get because you have to carry a fuel cell to a late stage without taking damage that drops you below 50% health. If you go below 50% health, you're going to blow up. So we're going to try to do that a few times before we start the regular games. We're going to play as Artificer, and here we go. I'm just going to show you what you do to start this challenge. Go back around to the back of the pod, you press E, and then you take this fuel cell. It replaces your equipment slot, so you can't carry equipment. Just make sure you don't want to go below 50% health in this challenge because you'll blow up. So all these little guys that are pestering us, we really don't want to let them chip us and nickel and dime us. We want to make sure we deal with them as fast as possible so that we don't get dropped surprisingly. Health items, flat damage reduction, those are all going to be things that are good for us. If we see flat armor, we're going to stack up a ton of it just because I think that'll help us in this. So we'll look for any flat armor that we see, maybe not more than, I don't know, it starts to drop off the later you get because the enemies do bigger damage, but against wisps and small things that'll just cheese you to death, it's good to have that flat armor. So we were able to dodge out of that guy's attack just by moving efficiently. We want to put the ice wall on him to freeze him and then lob your Kamehameha bomb right into his face so he takes as much damage as possible. You can see some more loot. You always want to be pathing towards loot. The game is a constant balance between time and shopping. You want to get Christmas presents because that's really the whole point of the game. It's how you become strong. Bomb this guy with your Kamehameha bomb. We dropped him to 1 health. I mean to 0 pretty much because when he's frozen in our left shift like that, there's a threshold for damage, and if he drops below that threshold, it'll execute him. You can see we have little thunderbolts that pop off of our right mouse button, so they'll still do some damage even if you miss with it. Obviously a direct hit with a 3-point bomb is the best thing you can do, just because it, with the Artificer, a lot of times you want to make sure you burst or kill an enemy because you'll have a bunch of, oh, this is good, this is flat armor, you'll have a bunch of on-hit effects or on-death effects anyway. That's because the Artificer does big bomb damage that'll kill smaller enemies really easily in one hit, a lot of AoE. And then when those enemies burst and do their death effects like gasoline or exploding on death, they do a lot more damage to all the other enemies around them. And if there's a huge mob of small enemies, it can have kind of a chain reaction effect. It also, every time one of those guys blows up, if they're near a boss, then it does a bunch of collateral damage to the boss as well. And there's almost always huge swarms of little guys hanging out, being groupies for the bosses. The teleporter event spawns a ton of enemies. Gonna make sure I get all the presents I can see. We're also gonna do goofy little things, like if we get a lunar portal, we're gonna go that and see what we can get from there. We're going to what do you call it? Might do the void fields. One interesting thing that I didn't know about the void fields is it stops the clock on the game. So while you're doing the void fields event, it's a challenge, but you get all these items from it and the clock isn't going while you're doing that challenge. So you can come out the other end with a bunch of items and you can be pretty much in the same level of difficulty as you were when you went in. I used to hate on this item because it does damage to nearby enemies. I actually don't think it's that bad anymore, because a lot of times when you get overwhelmed, enemies are right in your face, so you will be close up. In addition to that, anything that does damage will multiply with other things that do damage. So having a variety of damage sources is always good, and there's not many things that just do extra damage, like the what is the, I don't even know what it's called, the diamond that I have up there. I think it's a focusing crystal. It just does straight up extra damage when things are in close combat, and you can see we have like a little thin indicator ring around us that shows us when something's close. So I'm gonna start hanging on to this item just because I like some of the things that it does, and if nothing else, it's going to combo with some of our other damage items and help boost them up. Stacking the same item is additive, which is good in and of itself. Usually the common items are not as good if you just have one, but they become really good if you stack 10 of them. So I'm not even looking at what our enemy is. We got the Beetle Queen here. You want to charge up your bomb, hit him in the face. Try not to get tagged by anything damage-wise, because this run, we really just want to stay alive. We're carrying this fuel cell, and it'll blow up very easily if we get dropped below 50% health. So the real goal is to live, which should be your goal in every run. And you can't save Christmas if you're not alive. So this will be good practice for doing good things later. As you can see, our bomb just annihilates this Beetle Queen when it's fully charged up. We also did a little bit of extra damage because we have armor piercing rounds, which does additional damage to bosses. We have the focusing crystal. We have Kajaro's band. You can see it creates a flame tornado when we do over 400% damage to something. If you've watched me play Artificer before, you've heard me say this, but pretty much everything we have does over 400% damage. Like this is, I think, several thousand when you charge it all up. So you can see it procs the tornado there again pretty easily. We have 2 stacks of flat armor. That should keep us getting chipped by these little wisps, and you really just don't want to have like 10 of them shoot you down. They're the weakest enemy in the game, more or less. They're just as peon as it gets. Maybe these crabs, you could argue, but if there's 20 of them and they all just shoot you at the same time, it's really easy for them to hit their shot. They'll still drop you below 50% health for this challenge. So flat armor is what we're looking for now. We'll probably take it every time we find it randomly in the wild. I think there is a point where its effectiveness sort of caps out against later game enemies, or you might reach diminishing returns with it, but I'm not sure exactly what the math is, so we're just going to take them for now, every time we see them. Alright, we don't want to mess around too much. We're going to take this teleporter. All we have to do is get to the Abyssal Depths on stage 4 and put this fuel cell into Rex, and then we'll have him unlocked as a character. Alright, let's look around. We got an enemy showing up right away to donate his money to us, so that's helpful. Don't get hit by his death move. Let's see. Kill some of these guys, take their lunch money. We got a pill on the ground, which gives us a little bit. We need 80. I'm trapped in a weird spot because I dashed up into a place I don't think that developers ever mentioned a dash. Let's keep going until we get enough money. We seem to have enough abundance of guys appearing right here to sort of give us what we need. Be careful about these guys. They'll explode when they come into contact with you, and I'm pretty sure that's a really cheesy way to get yourself dropped below 50% health, so we're just going to take more flat armor. We have 3 stacks right now. We need a healing slug. We'll trade 1 for that. Maybe come back later. It's not that big of a deal. We don't have anything we can't part with, so just getting 1 healing slug will help us heal outside of combat. If we do the void fields, we're definitely going to need that, so we're not going to do that on this run, and we're blown up because we fell below 50% health. So this is part of the trouble with this stupid bullshit run where we try to unlock this character. We basically have to be perfect. We can't get hit by any goddamn thing because we'll blow up as soon as we drop below 50% health. Alright, let's look around for some of the same things we want. None of those, unfortunately. No enemies appearing. We're not having as easy of a time. We're surrounded by treasure as soon as we spawn, but no money to buy it with. So let's just see if we can pick up some coins for free. And that'll give the goons some time to spawn and give us a hard time. Here they come now, as a matter of fact. Take this item, calls the backup. That's already helpful. It's just going to shoot anything that appears near us. Get a few items first, and then we'll go back and pick up the fuel cell. This is already making it a lot easier on us, just having things to distract the wisps. Make sure you don't get caught in the death move of those freezing guys, because it can literally just end your run. This is normally a great item on us. Unfortunately, it just does not do a goddamn thing for this run. It's going to save us when we're at low health and put us in an invisible state. But we're going to be carrying this fuel cell, so if we drop below 50%, we are dead anyway. Go bomb those guys out. We want some presents so that we can afford to get this stuff. We got 2 more items up top. We got a kiosk with some not so good stuff. This might be okay. It was a very good item, so we're lucky on that. Let's go up, and we throw fireballs. These guys throw fireballs. They get a taste of their own medicine. Freeze that guy because he's elite. We just bombed him off a cliff, so we're fine. We're going to Thought I heard something appear, sorry. We need one more dollar due to get this thing. That's an Australian dollar, in case you were wondering. I just need some shithead to appear so I can kill him for his money. Here we go, one guy on the ground. I'm gonna bomb him. I'm gonna jump way back up and go ahead and get this real quick. Now we have 25 health. Another ammo clip is really good for us. I need to be trying to focus more on not taking damage. Because right now I'm taking a bunch. Especially don't get hit by these damn fire guys who set you on fire. That's a real good way to just slowly watch yourself lose as you get dropped below 50% health. We're going to take this fuel cell and we're going to start making a run for it. Go in here really quick for some cover to make sure there's no toys hiding. We have a little bit of money. But nothing back here. No lunar coin. No newt shrine or newt altar. We're not going to look for that one yet until we're not going to do the void trials or any goofy stuff until we unlock this character. This is only our second try. It can be kind of frustrating because it's really easy to die, but it's not that hard, honestly. So we're going to try to do our best. It's not any harder than some of the other really difficult things in this game, so I've kind of come around on the focus crystal as an item. I think I like it better. I used to recycle it mainly because it does bonus damage up close, and being up close to things is like the #1 way to die in this game. But however, it gives you damage. I don't want that. Not a lot of things just give you straight damage. We have to thin these guys out because they're going to kill us with their stupid shit. So we had to drop our really good item because it takes your equipment slot to carry this fuel cell. So you're basically playing without equipment the whole time you're doing this challenge, trying to unlock Rex. Just keep that in mind. You're going to be down an equipment slot, so if you rely heavily on using strong equipment to get through the game, you're going to have to go without it just until you get to the abyssal depths on stage 4. We have 2 extra charges on our mouse 2, our right click. That was a very strong attack for us, so off to a good start. We want some of those. That's shield. In fact, if we don't, man, I really hate to trade these 2 ammo clips because they're so strong. They're really what we need, but that's going to help us live, and we might be able to get this back. That's not really as helpful for us. It gives us a healing burst on the teleporter, so it might be okay, but it's not going to stop us from dropping below 50%, and that's what I want. I want to not ever get dropped low in the first place. You can see some more things we didn't grab right here. I'm going to get as many items as I can before we go on to the next stage, even though I don't want to waste enough time for the difficulty to start spiraling. Ooh, I can't pick up an item. Damn, I keep forgetting. I can't pick up equipment because I have this fuel cell. Just looking around for stuff. This is the exit. We can tell because there's orange particles falling out of the sky. So here it is. We needed to find that. Now we don't have to walk around and wonder where it's at. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go fly back around to the shield regenerator. And even though we have really, really good items on this ammo clip, pretty much gives us everything we need to do big damage and drop bombs on people. The point of this challenge is to stay alive, and we need that more than anything else, so we're going to just give them all our white items and take shield belts from this printer. And then we're going to go fight the boss and hope that that helps. Personal shield generator, you gain a recharging shield. This will take damage for you up front, and it has a lower cooldown on its regeneration than, say, your health does. So we lost all our good items, but we got something that's really going to help us survive a lot. We're going to go now and fight the boss. I think there's a shortcut we can take back this way. Just make sure you're running. Since we know where the teleporter is, bob and weave, don't stand in a straight line. That'll help you dodge a lot. We can use the artificer and we can just cheat and skip all of this walking and go right around the back to it. You can see the blue shield on our health bar is pretty big now, which means all of that is going to take damage before we do, and that'll help us stay above 50% for sure. We're just going to grab as many of those shield items, combo it with a few flat damage. Whoop. The vent, we landed on a vent. The teleporter's in a weird spot where a vent just spawned on top of it, so have to watch out for that. You want to go up in the air and make sure you're flying and bomb the shit out of this Beetle Queen with your mouse 2 button. You can use your shift as well and weave in your primary attack for burn damage. Anytime you see these guys that are on fire with a little elite thing over their head, just get rid of them, because they're going to hit you, they're going to do burn damage, and that's the surest thing that's going to make you drop and fail this challenge over time. So don't ignore these guys. Get rid of the ones specifically if they do fire damage. You really just don't want to put up with that. Plus it'll make your screen go all funny looking, so it makes you think that you're like in danger of dying, even though you're not. You're just taking a little bit of extra burn. Charge up, charge up, charge up, and shoot. Weave in my primary. We're still getting some good damage on this boss, even without any of our items. We're just going to let this dummy fall to his death. Trying to get us. He couldn't do it. And that's the first boss down. Throw some ice on the ground, get some height, because these guys are all around me. These little blue guys will attach a lightning bolt to you that damages you, so you want to get out. We need time for our shield to recharge. But yeah, it's not just the end of the damage when the lightning guys hit you. They have a little after effect that bursts. It takes a second, and all the stacks of lightning just start popping one by one. But our shield is already back up. We have a lot of blue on our health bar as well. You want to get the teleporter charged, because the enemies will stop spawning after you do that. You don't have to worry about this shit anymore. For us, the hard part is just staying inside the teleporter range, because it limits you, and then not dying to all the crap that keeps popping up. Only on the first stage. We're doing pretty good. I think this will charge faster if we're closer to it. I'm not sure. There's a hazard in that. We got a really good item from the boss for us called Will-o'-the-Wisp. It just creates a burst when enemies die. That's the gist of it. It combos really well with other items that cause effects when people die, and I think the damage is really good. I'm not sure the math on these things exactly, but just generally speaking, if you don't want to solve an equation, you can just look at that item and you can know that it's a good one to get. Especially when you're focusing on builds that revolve around bursting people down, or bursting mobs of small minions down, and then using the on-death effects as collateral damage to help burst bosses and other bigger, more elite enemies. They're all gonna pile up once you get to the later levels, so you just have to be ready for that. We're getting some money, which we need. Can't shop without money. There's a ton of guys that just want to jump us right out of the gate. That's okay. Steal their lunch money and we'll go buy Christmas presents with it. Let's see. We already have quite a bit, but we can choose from this one. We want this band. We don't have any bands yet. There's the Frost Band and Kajaro's band. Kajaro's band makes a flame tornado. Frost Band makes a frost tornado. They both do extra damage, is the big point. And extra damage, we just want all the damage we can get. We don't have to spend as much time dodging things if they're dead, and there's always going to be more of them, so watch out for that. You can see those guys will try to get right on top of you and explode. They're suicide kamikaze bombers. We need 7 coins, so we're gonna take it out of this guy's ass. There we go. Once again, I'm gonna reiterate, trying not to get hit by these lightning versions because they stack up stacks of lightning on you. And it's kind of like a silent killer. You won't know that it's killing you until you're watching the after effects blow you up. We got really low. We need to get out. Our shield bonded back up. We're not going to waste money on equipment because we can't pick it up right now. We're holding this Lego fuel cell and it won't allow us to hold equipment. It takes our equipment slot. Alright, we're taking flat armor. Boss damage is really good, but I'm trying extra hard not to go below 50%, so we want the armor for that. I think this is the way we came. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to shoot back up in the air with my R, not waste any more time going this way. Just try to get some speed so we don't eat crap from a bunch of minor enemies. Looking for toys, looking for the exit. We're on stage 2. On the next stage, we're going to be trying to find a Newt altar so we can guarantee that we're going to open the portal to the Bazaar Between Worlds. Oof. And then we want to try to get Scorched Acres as our level. We want to choose it in the Bazaar. There's a market that lets you buy lunar items, and you can also choose which stage you're on. You don't want to be down in the thick of it fighting when all these damn wisps are appearing in the sky, because they'll just stand on top of you. There'll be like 20 of them, and they'll all shoot their little stupid rinky-dink shot right down on your head at the same time. You won't even realize it, and you'll just drop below 50% health and lose the challenge. So don't let them pile up is all I'm trying to say. Don't get hit by that shit either. The only reason we didn't lose the challenge right there is because we had a bunch of shield generators. Gotta get rid of this guy. He's a fucking constant nuisance problem. I'm getting chewed down by pests. I'm getting annoyed and pissed off. They're all around me. I just want to buy this fucking present and go. So that's what we're gonna do. Goodbye, assholes. Eat basketballs to your stupid fucking faces. We have even more health now. I don't know if that helps us. I assume it does. It doesn't matter how much health you have. It matters that you stay above 50%. I guess having more health will help us with that. I don't think there's anything that does like percent health damage to you in this game. That's the only way I could foresee that being a somewhat detriment. I'm gonna go get this turret because right now I'm having a bunch of problem with these dumb guys flying around and harassing me. And this turret, ouch, will just shoot at them for free. I don't have to target, it'll just randomly gun them down and I'll pick up money. Just have a bunch of flying shit that's making my life a nightmare right now. I'm gonna do that. All these little buttholes are frustrating me, so we're just gonna let the guns shoot them. We'll take this question mark. It's better than any of those other items, and it gave us something good. I see a good chest over here. We're gonna go try to get it. We're very slow. We have a lot of shield, we have some armor, we have almost no health items. This is damage. It's not my favorite item because you have to be close to get any use out of it. But I'm starting to warm up on it. You know, this guy's just trying to blow us up casually from behind. You can see our turrets down there doing work, keeping us safe, and we got another one up on the hill. Let's see. There's the exit. We can see the particles over there. Just want to get a few more toys before we go if we can. We're on the right track though. I'm taking flat armor. It's just going to help me combine with the shield so that way a little peck or a little chunk doesn't burst me down below 50% health. I just want to keep running. I'm not too concerned with playing patty cake with these assholes. We can see we're kind of back where we started, so there's dead bodies over there. I'm just going to go to the exit. The next stage is going to be the key because we have to find a Newt altar. So we're in trouble. We're in a weird spot and we're fighting a boss that one-shots us. So I'm going to get some distance and try to draw these guys over here. And then I'm just going to kind of go back and forth between this room and the next. And try to chunk them down without eating shit from their big super attack. We're still in the teleporter. You can see it's charging up right now, even though we're kind of far from the bosses. It's not going to last though. We want to get up as high as we can away from these dudes. You do not have to fight the bosses in the teleporter, but it won't charge up. And it won't... God damn it. It won't charge up and the enemies won't stop coming. So we got a really lucky shot that just burst that guy to death. I don't know what we did to him, but we're going to try to replicate that success. Something just wrecked him. I don't know what it was. I'm not using my fly mechanic correctly, so I'm eating shit and dropping really far and taking a bunch of unnecessary fall damage. So I'm gonna have to run. It's something to do with the way I'm pressing the spacebar, or it's just not working, or what, but randomly, sometimes attacks or stupid things you do can just fuck up your flight. Like, I'm used to bunny hopping. I know for a fact that I just randomly hit the spacebar a bunch. But if you do that, it's going to interrupt your flight, and you're going to start falling out of the sky like a rock. And if you're too high, you're going to hit the ground and take all of the fall damage and lose the challenge. Just make sure you're always have some distance between this guy, and make sure, god damn it, get away from me. Make sure you have some cover that you can hide behind for when he does his big ass cheesy super attack. See, he's taking a lot longer to kill than his brother because we're not getting like a big lucky super crit that creates a tornado on him. That's helping though. He took a big chunk right there. Man, and he's gonna try to ult. We should be okay. We're behind this, so we blocked it. I didn't see a shadow, so I was kind of worried, but usually you can use the shadows to tell if you're behind cover. I just assumed we were out of common sense there. Probably shouldn't do that. Not everything that seems like it would be common sense necessarily is in this. Bob and weave, bob and weave. This is going to give us extra gold, so it'll just make it easier whenever we're fighting, scavenging for treasure. You can see we have all these combo effects. When we kill one enemy, it just bursts them all to death. Some of that is from the wisp that we picked up. At least one of those effects is from the band, the ice band. Just being careful. We still can get killed by these dumb exploding assholes, so don't let them sneak up on you. They're slow moving, but their gimmick is they appear where you can't see them, and they slowly just try to float towards you and kamikaze them. Kamikaze themselves to blow you up, I should say. We're hitting the portal, and we're getting the hell out of here. We've done pretty good surviving this far. I'm just going to pause so I can take a drink. This is where we need the Newt Shrine. The last 2 or 3 times we've done this, it's been a big frustration for me because we found a Newt Shrine on every single stage that we didn't need, and they've been impossibly hard to find on this stage. It's completely random. They spawn in 2 or 3 random locations, but they're always in those same locations, and sometimes you just don't get one. We need one on this stage, and we just haven't been able to find one, but we're gonna look for it. Hopefully we'll get lucky this time. I'm fighting a bunch of crap that's threatening to kill me, and I'm talking. I'm not paying attention, so I really just got blasted by something stupid. I don't want to get hit, but that's how this guy does really strong damage, so we just want to try to get rid of him as soon as we can. And since we have money, make sure you freeze these guys on the ground. That'll stop them from beaming you. It also makes them take bigger damage if they fall below a certain threshold. Just freeze them every time you can and keep moving. Freeze this guy. He's harder to kill, he takes longer because he's elite. We can still execute him if we can get him to walk into this wall, though. Yep, so he executed right there. We've got these guns around us that are doing crazy good cover fire, just thinning out the extra little peons that can make us have a bad day. Stuck on some stupid stalactites that the developers never intended me to interact with, so I gotta get out of here. I'm in a bad spot. There's a bunch of ceiling that's keeping me from jumping high enough. And now we'll just float down, make sure you're running. We're gonna take this so that we run faster. We're gonna use that to our advantage to get around the map and avoid taking fire. So far, the shield generator strat has paid off. We had to dump some really good items on the first stage, but we probably would have died a long time ago, to be honest, if not for these shields. So they seem to be a good investment. Boss damage is always good. It helps you just beat the boss fight faster. I see a bunch of guys coming for me. I don't really want to mess with them, I just want toys. See one on the hillside right here. I'll try to go back and get it. Wax quail's okay, it's going to help us propel us forward when we jump. You can use it to kind of skip along while you're sprinting. I don't know which one is faster, but you're definitely Faster going up hills and surfaces if you have a wax quail. We got free money on the ground, so we're just gonna go pick it up. Nothing over here, so you can see the exit is here. We've got the particles for it. Still some treasure. We can't leave yet. Even though we see this, we could just rush and leave. We need a newt altar. So we gotta keep looking for the damn thing until we find it. I don't know that there's guaranteed locations for it on this map. I want to say that they are for every map, but I'm not an expert on this game by far. I don't know all the secrets and tricks. Just enough to get me in trouble. So there might not be a guaranteed newt altar on this stage. This is a bad spot to fight, and there's just too many of these damn guys. We want to back out, make them run through our ice walls, and then throw basketballs at them. This guy will bleed you. It's much like the fire guys. You don't want to let him hit you, because you'll just slowly watch yourself lose the challenge. Over time, you can throw these ice walls down and run through them. Since they freeze enemies, it can buy you some time. I like this. Chronobobble's good. I'm not seeing the thing that I need, which is a little egg-shaped altar that you can buy stuff. You can buy passage to the lunar market at the end of the level. It'll guarantee the portal will spawn. We need that so we can pick the level that we go to, and we want to pick the level that we go to so we can make sure we get the one that allows us to unlock this character. There could be a shrine up here, so I'm just going to run and see. See, with wax quail you can hop up sloped surfaces really quickly. No altar up here. So I'm going to look around since I'm very high up in the sky. Gives me better perspective. Can kind of look and see one. I'm looking for like a purple egg-shaped thing with some lights going around it. Some grass that's kind of light colored or glowing. Check, make sure there's not one hiding in here. Sometimes they are. I got a lot of enemies chasing me around the map. Nothing in there. So I'm gonna have to deal with them at some point, but that point is not right now. Let's see, sometimes there's a neat shrine up there. Not this time, lucky us. Sometimes they're hidden in weird places around the edge of the map. There might be some trick or secret you can do with this wreckage, but I don't know. I don't see the thing that I need, so this is going to be like 5 times in a row we try to do this goddamn challenge and we just don't have the thing we need to do it. Let's keep looking. You might randomly get that stage just by going, but we don't want to try that. There's like an island out here I might be able to go to if it'll let me. Okay, this is what we need. Newt altar. So we got it. We don't need to look around anymore. We're going to fly to the exit and we're going to try to get through this as quick as we can just so we can unlock the character. This is the closest we've been. Make sure your jets are going. Make sure you're running. You can sprint even while you're flying, so make sure you do it. I know it seems peaceful because I'm way up in the sky, but if you look behind us, an army of gremlins is coming to give us hell. New guys are spawning all the time, so There's one more present over here. We've already spent this much time, so we're just going to go ahead and get it. We're not doing too bad. We're not even at the highest difficulty. So the goat hoof helps us run. We got the wrong thing, damn it. But this will give us a temporary barrier, so for this challenge it's still not that useful. Really make sure that the item that you want to buy is glowing yellow. It can be harder to do when you're being harassed by enemies, but we fucked up getting a really good item right there just because we rushed it and we didn't pay attention. I don't like the boss fight being right here. This is a magma worm. So here's what we're gonna do. We don't want to be in this like close confined space. It makes it harder for us to dash up, which we want to do to get away from things. See, I'm crashing into the ceiling. It's not helping me at all, so I'm going to try to get out here to a part that's still in the teleporter, but it's going to allow me to dash up into the sky where I can be safe. Kill the fire guys. Don't let them pile up. They'll chunk you down. You don't have to stay in the teleporter to win the boss fight. You just have to stay in it to leave. Getting a bunch of shit thrown at us by all these guys on the ground, so just lob bombs down at them and deal with them as much as you can. Stay height, keep your height, make sure your jetpacks are going, keep your distance. Throw your ice wall down when you can because it'll deal more damage to the peons on the ground. You can see we're still getting the magma worm. One of them is distracted. He's way off in bumfuck nowhere fighting my gun turret. I wish he was here because it'll help us kill them both faster if they're together, but honestly he can just be over there and it won't bother me that much because there's less chance he can do big damage to us. We can focus one of them down. We can make mistakes like we're doing by messing up our spacebar while we're in midair and just allowing ourselves to fall to our deaths. These guys are very dangerous. They'll one-shot us even if we didn't have a stupid quest, so make sure to press R whenever you can and get way above them. I want to just be hitting this boss, but unfortunately I have to deal with these fucking guys or they'll kill me. Same with these dummies. They're going to be a big nuisance with their stupid lasers, so get rid of them. Don't let them just hang out and fucking beam 15 lasers at you at one time. They will, and it'll shoot you out of the sky, and it'll feel bad. So just get rid of them when you can. I'm fucking up my jump. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Here we go. And we're dead. That's why you don't want to fuck up your jump. You have to make sure the damn jetpacks are coming out of your back, or you're gonna drop to the ground like a rock, and you'll just lose the challenge, even though we did everything right up to that point. God damn it. Let's go again. I'm not going to get any less pissed off at this, so jump out, grab the item, run for your money. I'm going to go to this because it looks like the most valuable present. We're already almost lost because a stupid golem just shot us right in the fucking back with his dumb, big, cheesy laser. You can avoid that by bobbing and weaving when you move. It'll help a little bit. It makes me sick and nauseous to do it, so I'm just going to stop. These are the newt shrines that we've been looking for. We don't need it on this stage. This is the last time I'm doing this challenge because it's making me really fucking mad. Alright, we're done with this challenge. It's just way too easy to die, and we've already started it over 3 times and we got really close and lost, so I'm frustrated with it. We're just going to do a normal game. We're going to do Monsoon, which is the hardest difficulty. And we're just going to try to unlock every little challenge that we see. Rex is not even that good of a character, so fuck this challenge anyway. I don't know what that does. I think it makes us do more damage and have 50% health. Let's see. Gain gold on hit, but lose gold on getting hit. I don't know if that's good or bad. But since we don't want to get hit, and in fact we're going to be doing a lot more hitting than we are getting hit, I think it's okay. We're looking for 2 of these. We need a challenge. We can do 2 mountain shrines. It'll unlock a challenge for us. This is a good item. We're going to take it. I really like being back to a normal game where I don't have to prioritize stupid bullshit that I normally wouldn't buy. So it's fun to be able to just get the items that I want. But the biggest priority above all in that previous challenge we were trying to do to unlock Rex is you have to stay above 50% health. That's probably the hardest fucking thing I've ever done in this game. Because there's just so many little things you can survive, but they'll knock the shit out of you to where you're almost dead in one shot. There's a lot of things like that. And so basically you can't get hit by anything while you're doing that challenge, because if you get hit at all, there's like a 90% chance that you're going to drop below 50% health. And then you'll just blow up because the fuel cell's unstable. That's the gimmick of the challenge. It's a fuel cell that is unstable, and you have to deliver it to stage 4 to get the character. So before we were waiting to stage 3 to do the newt shrine, the newt altar. I'm going to go ahead and take it this time. And we're going to do the void fields. We're going to try to get a bunch of cheesy ass items from the void fields, and we're going to use it to either loot and do 20 stages or just beat the game on Monsoon. It just depends on what other challenges we're able to complete along the way. So far this has been a pretty good start. We have a bunch of good items right off, and a bunch of guys spawn. We didn't have to stand around with our thumbs up our asses waiting for them to appear. Sometimes that happens. Lunar items are kind of weird. I don't think you can get rid of them. You can't scrap them like other items. You have to go to a certain level that has cleansing pools. I think it's a secret level. I don't even know where the hell it's at. If I'm not mistaken, it might be the one you go to unlock the Aurelianite character. We just traded everything we have for this because it's better than everything that we had. We'll take a healing drone. It's just handy to stay topped off. We're going to look for treasure, and then we're going to bail on this level. Drones, gunners, other things like that, we'll pick them up if we see like a healing drone, because I always like having that bonus healing. But when you plan on doing the void fields, keep in mind there's a miasma that's always around, and it'll just kill your drones right off. In fact, I don't think they even spawn at the start of the void fields, so you won't get any use out of those. Fly up. Ah, here's some stuff we missed. This is good for the void fields. I normally hate this item, but for right now we'll keep it because it's going to allow us to heal up between stages. Keep getting attack speed. I don't think it's very good on Artificer. We have a little whatchamacallit right here though, so we'll get rid of it. Almost got rid of the item I needed, so I'm so used to throwing it in the garbage. And we're going to fly up, avoid these guys. Looks like there's a present I want to pick up right here. I'm still trying to avoid getting hit by anything because I'm used to that challenge that we were doing. But you can see, playing a difficult challenge has made me better at the game, because you're not supposed to be getting hit by stuff anyway. So, just having that trauma, that PTSD from a shitty challenge that we couldn't beat has already made me better at the game, theoretically. So it's not all bad. You can always take a break or change things up or do something different. It's generally not a good idea to jump right back into a game after you've gotten frustrated. I do it anyway because I'm stubborn and I don't like to do what I'm supposed to do, so I don't recommend it. It's not good strategy. It's just what hard-headed people do. And you can see, like, through other games like Call of Duty and Marvel Rivals and League of Legends, they abuse this. They know you're going to get frustrated and jump right in a game again, so that's why they stick you in a loser's queue if they feel like you're advancing too far in your rank. They use engagement optimized matchmaking and a bunch of other stupid cheating bullshit that doesn't accurately reflect how good you are at the game. It's because they're not interested in reflecting accurately how good you are at the game. They're interested in keeping you addicted to playing more. So I don't like to play games like that. I don't like being cheated. I don't care if it's a little bit of cheating. I don't care if it's a lot of bit of cheating. I don't care if you can overcome it by just getting good, noob. I don't care about that. Nothing that I do is going to matter or have any meaning to me if something cheated to either keep me in place or help me get further. It's all putting your thumb on the scale to me. Risk of Rain really just doesn't do that, so I love it. It's also single player, so I have nobody to blame for my loss except for myself. If I lose the game, it's 100% because I did something wrong, like this. I couldn't get behind cover enough to get away from his super move, so he just fucking blasted me instantly with it. Now I'm dead again. I hate that jellyfish. If that jellyfish were a person that I could meet on the street, I would put my hands around its throat and strangle it to death and stand over its body until its body turned cold and I could make sure that there was no chance of it ever being revived or brought back to life. I really hate the jellyfish. I hate his dumb cheesy ass move. I hate how I have to devote the entire fucking boss fight to just running away from it instead of killing him. But guess what? All those salty feelings don't matter one goddamn bit. They're not going to change anything. They're not going to make me better. They're not going to make the game easier. So all they're doing is let me vent my frustration so that it's not as piled up for the next run. This is okay item. It's going to give us a big boost of armor, and sometimes you can use it to just negate things like this. Did almost no damage to me at all because I pressed that big armor burst right before it hit me. Something we could really use in the challenge to unlock Rex, except his stupid fuel cell takes up our equipment spot and we don't get to hold any equipment the whole fucking time, in addition to not being able to go under 50% health. So I can tell just over a long period of time that's going to be a bad challenge for me, just because it frustrates me. Most things in this game, even when I die, they're pretty funny. I don't really get that frustrated. Just watch yourself ragdoll. You kind of understand what happens every time you die. But if you're trying to do a specific thing over and over again and you just keep getting killed at it, it can really just rattle your marbles if you don't have the mental fortitude of a Zen monk. I used to, but I don't practice meditation as much anymore. So eventually, over time, I get worn down. I'll still get mad at stupid things. Like these guys piling up and chunking me. Just go ahead and execute all of them. Since they were under the threshold, this helps us build up money. Get out of here, you stupid asshole. Alright, let's get this healing drone. Freeze these guys and chunk them out whenever you can. They're annoying as shit. Still just kind of like little level 1 peons, but eventually later in the game, when you have a million more dangerous things to fuck with, they're going to become super annoying because you're not going to have time to shoot them. 10 or 15 of them will pile up on the map, and then they'll all just start beaming you with the Death Star laser at the same time, and you're going to feel like you're in a nightmare trying to get away from it all. Alright, I'm happy with this. Try to whittle these guys down with a well-placed three-pointer. Did a bunch of damage, giving me money so I can open this present. Some new guys spawned right in our face. Sort of a cheesy macaroni move that they do, except macaroni tastes better. We need to find 3 of these on one stage if we can. There's 1, so if we see 2 more while we're messing around, then we'll use it. I'm going to take some flat armor just to help mitigate some of the annoying damage that the little guys do. Like having this wisp, you can see already they're blowing up on damage. Gasoline will amplify that effect, and it'll just make them blow up even better. We're looking for stuff. I don't see any more shrines, so we're not going to get that challenge on this. We'll just trade something out for an extra clip. In fact, we'll trade a lot of stuff out for an extra clip. It's one of the best items that we can get on this character just because it gives us extra firepower. We didn't really want to lose that, but I'll take having 7 mouse 2 charges over any item. There we go, we got 6 charges of it. We can just go use the luck shrine and grab a few more. Gives us nothing, it's random. We ran out of money. It gets more expensive every time, and it gives you nothing. Sometimes there's a chance. We got 3 times in a row. If you ever want to unlock Paul's goat hoof, come to this stupid thing and give it enough money to fail 3 times in a row, and that's how you unlock it. Let's just look for the exit. Where is the damn thing? Oh, there it is. Let's look and see if we see any new altars while we're here. Oh, we don't want to go yet, as a matter of fact, because we don't have good items for it. We need at least like a fungus or a shield or something that's going to help us heal or regenerate before we go into the void fields. Start up the boss fight. So you can see I have 6 charges on my right click. One of the things you want to do is just throw all of them at this asshole. He is the boss. He's going to chunk us to death with his beam. We're going to fall to our death, and we're going to have 19 health, and this is why you want some kind of health item. Like the robot is healing us right now, so that's good. The thing about his beam is it tracks you. It's hard to, you can outrun it or you can hide behind stuff. I don't know where this fucking healbot is, but he needs to show up and heal me. He's down here doing something stupid I don't care about. What I really want him to do is get his ass up here and fill me back up so I don't get one shot by one of these dumb minions. There we go. Something healed us. Okay. We're not having a good day today on this. This happens sometimes. Sometimes you just fuck around and get killed by the enemies on the first stage like 10 times in a row. You shouldn't just start up again like this. I'm pissed off. I'm frustrated. I can tell you that right now. You shouldn't do this. You should wait. You should go take a walk, take a breath, cool off, pet your dog, throw the ball, eat a snack, whatever you can do. But I'm stupid. I'm not going to do any of that shit. I'm going to get pissed off and go right back into the game again. Just try again. This is good for our run into the void fields. We'll just heal rapidly out of combat with this. So if we see the altar, sometimes there's one right under here, a Newt altar. We'll take it as soon as we see it. I hate this guy, so I'm going to freeze him and I'm going to throw a bomb right in his face. You don't want to charge up all the way when you're trying to bomb frozen enemies because they'll come unfrozen before you are able to finish them with a bomb. So we could have executed that guy maybe if we just threw the bomb early. I was trying to get a full charge, so he just unfroze and started walking again, and I didn't execute him anyway. Maybe count one Mississippi and then throw it. I don't know. We'll see how that works. We're not going to trade that yet because we actually need this slug. This is a really good item. I hope we find a recycler and some stuff that we can throw away because I'd like to just have 5 cans of this. Right now we're doing the stupid move that I like to call fighting over bullshit. There's nothing here. I'm just fighting dummies. I'm just spinning around in a circle, wasting time, eating free damage from horse shit, doing nothing. Don't do that. Run around and look for toys. Because the whole point of this is not to kill these guys and take your frustrations out on them. They are my frustrations. And there's only just going to keep being more of them. The idea is to get presents and get the fuck out of Dodge. So that's what we're going to do. Unfortunately, you need money for those guys to get these presents, and you have to kill morons to get money. So we're just going to roll with it while we can. We have a firework item that shoots fireworks whenever we interact with anything. It can be kind of fun. It's kind of impractical because if you're not interacting with things, you won't get any use out of it. You can see the exit right there. We haven't found a coin. I don't think. Maybe we found a coin, but we didn't find the Newt altar yet. So what we're going to do is go as high up in the sky as we can and look around for it. There's a lunar pod. That's not what we're looking for. It's similar, but lunar pods give you lunar items, and the Newt altar opens the portal to the Lunar Bazaar. Sometimes called, I think it's technically called the place between time, or the world between time, or something. The land before time, some shit like that. Okay, we got a piece of equipment. I'm glad I come up here because we need this. It's a cooldown. It's a supermassive leech. We can press this and start doing damage, and then we will heal while we do damage. I'm not seeing the thing we need. It might be in here somewhere. Right now we're just getting nickeled and dimed by little bitch enemies that are gonna not really do as bad to us in this run, because we don't care if we fall below 50% health this time. We just want to complete every challenge we see. We want to go to the void fields, but it doesn't matter which stage we go on. We're just going to do it for fun so we can get good items. If we don't find the coin here, we'll skip it and we'll get it on the next level. Sometimes it's easier to find on other levels than it is. The only time it's really a problem is when you need to find it on a specific level, like to do the challenge we were doing before, we needed it on level 4. Every time we got to level 4, it was a huge pain in the ass ordeal to try and find the item. In fact, I think the first 3 times we died without finding it. So we don't see it here. I'm not going to waste time looking for it anymore. I'm already kind of frustrated with this stupid Newt altar horse shit. If you ever see me standing still like a moron, it's because my keyboard is bugged out. It just has input lag sometimes. I can't move in any direction right now. Why the hell it's doing this? We're back to normal. Here we go. We're just going to go to the altar and get out of here. It's my arch enemy, the Wandering Vagrant. If there was any video game character I could wish to be a real person that I could strangle to death in real life, it's the Wandering Vagrant. His annoying shit is gonna burst me to death. I hate this character. I wish I could remove him from the fucking game. He's not super hard to fight, but he has a very annoying death move that just one hit kills you if you're not standing behind cover, and when you're dealing with a bunch of other scrubby little scrubs, it's just an extra thing that kills you when you're not expecting it. And it's already killed me like once or twice. About to do it again. I'm getting pissed off. Let's run. Just run. Just fuck all these guys and run. You don't have to stay around and fight them. Just run around. Let your health charge up. We heal rapidly outside of combat because of this slug. I don't care what any of these guys are doing. I'm just going to run from my problems. Flee for my life. Eat shit and die. Slowly we're recovering our health out of combat because of the slug. More guys just keep appearing to chip it down though, so we're not really doing anything by running like this except buying ourselves time. Alright, go to this guy, throw all your Kamehamehas at him. I'm going to kill him as fast as possible. Try not to tap your spacebar when you're flying like I do, or you'll just fall out of the sky like a rock and die. So we were out of range of his let's call it his die move. We were escaping it, and now he's dead. We don't have to worry about dodging that thing anymore. All these regular assholes are a lot easier to put up with. Stealth War Kit will help us in this run if we get dropped to low health. We'll turn invisible and we'll start running. I'm going to take a break after this run. I can just feel myself getting super annoyed and pissed off at all these little bitches because I've had to deal with them for a long time and I'm not getting anywhere and there's just a million of them and the fucking teleporter's not charging up. So I'm going to get worse. You get worse the more frustrated you get. You want to try and control your emotions because getting mad doesn't make you better at anything. It just makes you fuck up more. You get more mad the more you fuck up, spiral out of control. It's pretty much mental is 90% of the game for any game that you're going to play, especially if you play competitive games. Alright, we should be able to find a lunar coin, Newt altar. I don't know why I keep calling it a coin. On this level, there's several spots I think I know of where you can hunt one down. I'm going to start looking for it first. Sometimes there's one over here around the edges. We don't see it, so we're going to go up to the sky. That'll help us keep an easier eye out for it. Just make sure you thin out the pests. Especially these exploding guys, they don't do shit except get up on you and blow up. I'm waiting for my R so I can go up here. There we go. Check this place out. Okay, so we see our Newt altar right over here on top of this pillar. Sometimes there's one hidden up here. I'm just going to go ahead and unlock it. We want to try to get to this just so we can do the void fields after this stage. There we go. Now we have plenty of guys just fucking around, harassing us. So the good thing about that is we're going to get money whenever we need it. Bad news is they're going to kill us. Make sure your jets are going so you're not falling to the ground like a rock. I hate this fucking key because it does nothing. It just sits in your inventory doing jack shit until you find a glowing box, and then it has a chance to give you maybe something. There's a better version of this item in the DLC, but this item sucks. It's like a little turd in your dessert. Every time I see one in my inventory instead of an item that I can actually use, you're looking at a piece of cake that you want to eat and a fly just landed right on it. Again, this is more useless shit I don't really care about. It just doesn't help us that much. Let's go look for better items or better ways to exit the level. Alright, we have a recycler here, so we can use this to get rid of some of the shit I've just been complaining about, like this. I don't want this. We're going to thin these guys out. They're going to be here sooner than later. I don't want this. It's okay. It can give you move speed, but it's very conditional, so I say the hell with it. I don't want this. Freeze these guys when you can and light them up with everything you got. You just want to get rid of them. They're a nuisance. They're going to beam you and all this stupid horse shit until you get rid of them. You want to try to freeze them if you can. That's why I keep throwing down my left shift. But for one, I'm missing it. For two, they're just pathing in a way that they don't walk through it, so it's not working right now. The surefire way to make sure that they hit it is to put it right on top of them. And the best way to make sure you do that is to make sure you're good at the game. Let's get rid of this. I think we got enough. Alright. The portal's right here. Freeze that guy. Bomb him. Get rid of him as quick as you can. There we go. You can see there's a few more toys just nearby the exit. Plus, if we see a good 3D printer, we want to use our scrap on it. We haven't explored this level a ton. We were just trying to beeline for certain things, and now that we've done it, we can take a breath and look around for a minute. Got rid of that guy. We can take this. This is decent for us. We're going to take boss damage. We probably should have taken the crit. That can be really good too, but If I get 10 stacks of armor-piercing rounds, I'm not going to complain about that. That'll chew the bosses really fast. I think there's some stuff we forgot to get back over here while we didn't have money. You can see we're slow as dirt, slow as molasses. We desperately need some speed items. That's decent. We lost some of that trading for... Oh no, that was a different run. My bad. I say we lost some armor plates trading for something else. But we in fact did not. I thought I saw a printer for... That's a really good item to get out of there. Thought I saw a printer for sprinting, but I guess not. We're going to look for the exit. We're going to bail. We have some decent items now. There might be some 3D printers in the void fields too. This one just prints bleed damage, I think. We don't want to prioritize that as much. Maybe we could, but we don't have a super bleedy build. I'm going to hang on to the scrap for right now. I'm going to bomb this guy. I'm going to throw my ice wall on him. You want to be careful. These exploding guys can mess you up, especially combined with his beam, so we're just going to let him beam it out. He also has a move that launches you way up in the air. He just hit us with it. He does that when you're trying to hide from him. There must be 2 of these Stone Titans because this one's almost dead and he still has a huge health bar. See, that one's gone. Oh, there's another one right behind us. He was just on the other side of a wall, so he wasn't paying us much attention. You just circle around this guy. It's hard for him to beam you if you're right on him. So if you're ever having a hard time with that, you can try that. It's a risky move, and the reason for that is a bunch of stuff around you can still damage you on the ground, and it's a good way to get yourself one shot. We're messed up right now. You can see our stealth war kit kicked in. Just want to get rid of that guy before he beams me, and now I can deal with all these little lightning assholes that are chipping me down. The reason they're hurting so bad is they have a secondary lightning effect, and since 5 of them are shooting me at one time, it's just stacking up, and then all the little lightning bolts pop off and burn at the same time. So, get rid of them. At least one of those guys was an ice guy and not lightning, because he exploded into a cloud of ice. This is good though. This is the boss passive, I guess, for this Titan. And it gives you massive regeneration. It increases your health and regeneration, and we have this supermassive slug. So when we activate that, not supermassive slug, supermassive leech. When we activate that, it'll make it more effective. It'll drain more, it'll heal us more. So that's good. I went ahead and activated this gun because it's in the teleporter zone and it just helps us thin these enemies out. Alright, we basically got fed some garbage with this steak. I'm going to take the time to go look for a trash compactor. Fortunately, it is right here. We're going to throw this thing right in there. It sucks. Get rid of it. It's just flat health. It's a meme item. 25 health. Might not even be enough to survive a shot from a wisp, so. Throw that in the garbage every time you get it. We're taking the portal. Alright, before we go do this void field, let's go look and see what's in the market. We have some lunar items. It helps if you memorize them. I don't have them memorized, so I don't know exactly what we're getting out of that. This thing wants you to get 5 green items. We have 1 green scrap and 1 shield belt, so we're not taking it. We could get a wax quail, but there's some other things that I want more. Let's see. Here you can choose your level if you know what they look like. I can tell by looking at this that this is Scorched Acres, and I can tell by looking at this is Rally Point Delta. I want Scorched Acres, so I'm going to choose that. And then when we pop out of the void fields, hopefully that's the level that it will take us to. We're just going to drop down, drop, 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 until you see this. Then you want to fly in here. The void fields is a challenge that you do to unlock Acrid. You have to do all 9 of the fields, and then it'll get rid of the miasma that's on the stage that constantly damages you. It's kind of like the storm in Fortnite, if you've ever played that. It freezes the clock. If you look in the top right hand corner, the clock is not moving anymore. So you can do this to get some items without having to worry about your difficulty scaling out of control. That's just one of the reasons we're doing it. It's for fun. Press E to start the challenge, and then your enemies will appear, and this is not good. These guys can kill us up close in one hit with ease, so we're going to have to take turns bobbing up and out of the sky, and then dropping down and freezing them, and using our right mouse button to execute them. Just go up in the sky and take the fire damage for a second, because it's better than taking his shot. He'll kill you in one hit with this. Just blast you right to death. This is a tough fight to be stuck in these little things doing. I think it gets harder the longer the game goes on, and we let it go for a while before we got to this point, so that's why we're facing tougher enemies. Just make sure you freeze him whenever you can. We got really lucky that our teddy bear blocked his fire. Enemies have a hard time dealing with you walking in circles, so if you just run around them in circles and stay behind them, that'll help too. And that's something that can help you on the character Bandit, because Bandit gets increased damage when he shoots people in the back. I think it's a guaranteed critical hit. Alright, so you want to open this after you get the challenge. We'll take the healing. It gives us more healing when we're standing still, like this. But what we want to do is shoot up and look for the beacon. The beacon is way over there. We're going to try to get to it as fast as we can. So we're taking damage while we're in this. So to avoid the terrain, I'm going to fly up. I'm going to make sure my jetpacks are going. I know I'm dashing already. You can be tempted to stop and buy these things, but look how fast I'm dying. So if you do that, you're probably going to die. I would say finish the void fields, and then you can loot everything after. Because once we're going to stand still and heal up from the mushrooms. Once you complete the challenge, the miasma will go away, and you can just shop this. So don't worry about killing yourself before the challenge is over. Okay, we're going to start this up. This expands our safe zone out, and then we're just going to start dealing with whatever enemies come our way. We're going to really hope it's not these Lemurians, because they do a lot of damage to us. But I'm pretty sure this is timed. Like, you don't have to go out and fight these guys, I don't think. You just have to stand in here until you beat this. The monster have ×5 ammo clips. If you look, you can see on the right hand side it says monsters and monsters items. Oh shit. Freeze this guy whenever you can. One of the things that's helpful to avoid him is to stand between his breath of fire when he breathes it out, but it's easier said than done. You can see he gets right up on you and blasts it out. If you can execute this guy with the ice walls execute damage, that's what you want to do. He's having a harder time hitting us because we're staying behind him. Alright, I'm going to take this item. I'm going to get more mushrooms. We can trade this out later. Take this because it's equipment. Got it. It's a recycler. We're going to fly up in the air. The recycler is pretty good because it lets you get a second chance on an item. We're going to stand here and heal up. 2 mushrooms make us heal a little bit better. Then we're going to activate this. See, we have a recycler. We can throw the stuff we don't need away after we're done with the void fields, because they're a unique sort of challenge where you need extra health between each stage. So you kind of need something that's going to help you charge up. These guys can be really dangerous on this because they can push you with their laser. Their laser doesn't just kill you, it'll push you really far. So you have a chance of being shoved out into the miasma, and that alone can kill you. I'm trying to stay behind this guy so he has a hard time shooting me with his ability. We can kill that guy in one blast if we get really lucky with our charged up mouse too. So there we go, I'm getting pushed out. That's what I mean by that. Somebody else who's more dangerous is trying to kill me, so I have to focus on this guy. This is going tough. There's a lot of things that can kill me right away, and I'm on low health, and I can't stand still. Okay, we got rid of those guys, so that's good. Okay, and we completed it. So we need to get our item. Shoot, that's not it. We need to get this item. We're taking this to run faster. I'm going to stand up and heal a minute before this thing closes in on me. And then I'm going to dash. Oh, get this equipment. There we go. We want to run to the next beacon. We've done 3 of 9. You got to do 9 of these events. There we go. See, more guys are coming. I'm just going to try to execute him as fast as possible and then dodge these attacks. I got a guy behind me, making my life hell. I'm going to stay behind this guy if I can and stun him as much as possible. Stupid beam from this guy threw me 1,000,000 miles in the fucking air. But I can't focus him right now because this guy will kill me. So I just got to keep moving. We got blasted to death. GG. We should have done this level earlier. It's too hard with these damn Lemurians. They'll fucking blast you. And then to deal with those beaming golem bullshit assholes on the side of that, it's just too hard. We needed to do that void field run on level 1 or 2. You can do it at any time, but it gets harder the longer you go. So we're going to take a break from right now. We did a whole lot of nothing. We got our asses handed to us pretty much every time we try to accomplish anything this stream, but that's going to happen sometimes. So I appreciate you for watching along. I'm going to take a break, and then maybe in an hour or two,